Welcome, everyone. Today, we are unpacking the absolute ultimate blueprint for scaling a one-person business all the way to $1 million enterprise, and here's the kicker, doing it entirely using open-source AI agents. If you want to learn how to maximize your margins and achieve true operational independence, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's dive into this.
$1.8 billion. No, seriously, let that sink in. That massive figure is what the media is calling the fastest-growing solo e-commerce business of all time. It was built by Matthew Gallagher literally out of his living room, without a single employee, and this whole operation was driven almost entirely by AI. We're talking about a system where AI found the product, built the website, handled customer service, and generated the marketing campaigns. It completely shatters the ceiling of what a single person can actually accomplish.
In this explainer, we're going to cover 1. The solo business boom. 2. Selling AI-powered services, free. Automated e-commerce blueprints. 4. The sovereign swarm revolution. 5. Building your local enterprise. And finally 6. The $1 million blueprint.
All right, Section 1, the solo business boom, the rise of solo businesses.
Currently, a staggering 84% of businesses in America operate with 0 employees. Just think about that. That is 30 million people running single-operator businesses. But here's the statistic that should absolutely blow your mind. 77% of them are profitable within their very first year. This unprecedented success rate is directly tied to recent advancements in AI stepping in and doing the heavy lifting, allowing single operators to output the work of an entire traditional corporate team.
Moving on to Section 2, selling AI-powered services. Essentially, selling a promise.
So the crucial point is, before you try to build a complex, heavily coded app, start by selling a service, which at its core is really just a promise. There is 0 startup cost here. To figure out what to sell, you can use a custom Claude AI skill to calculate your ikigai. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's this brilliant Japanese concept combining what you love, what you're passionate about, what you can be paid for, and what the world actually needs. It's like a giant puzzle. Plugging your own data into Claude and having it analyze these points guarantees you find a highly profitable business idea that perfectly aligns with your unique strengths. To really anchor this concept in reality, let's look at Sandy and Brandon. Sandy had absolutely no prior AI or technical experience, but by leveraging AI tools to write SEO-optimized blog posts, she quickly scaled her side business to $5,500 a month. And then there's Brandon. He was a VP in construction, and he used that exact Ikigai exercise to combine his deep industry knowledge with content coaching. He jumped from making $750 a month to a whopping $10,000 a month in just 30 days. They're delivering high-ticket services by letting AI do the heavy lifting, and this bridges directly back to what you can build with your own expertise.
Section 3, automated e-commerce blueprints. The shift to automated product sales.
Here are the exact 3 phases of automated e-commerce. First up, you find a product. You don't guess here. You use Claude's desktop co-work feature to scan tens of thousands of data points to find untapped, highly profitable markets, like dog mobility harnesses, for example. Second, you build the store. You literally take a competitor's Shopify JSON code, feed it into Claude, and have it instantly rewrite all the copy and structure for your own brand. Third, you launch ads using tools like Higgsfield AI, which generates hyper-realistic product ads from a single text prompt. It's essentially an entire marketing agency crammed into a single text box, completely without human intervention.
Now, this infrastructure leads to insane scalability. As we see with Matthew Gallagher, he took a small online business from 0 to over $400 million in sales in under a year, entirely without employees. And everyday people are replicating pieces of this exact success. Take Odalus, for example. He was able to actually quit his 9-to-5 job after hitting $100,000 in revenue just by using these exact AI commerce store blueprints.
Section 4, the sovereign swarm revolution. Building the decentralized enterprise.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive divide we are seeing in 2026. On one side, you have proprietary cloud AI. You're paying expensive API fees, you're renting your data, and you're locking yourself into a vendor's ecosystem. That is a massive operational bottleneck. But on the other side, open-source sovereign swarms. Here, you get 0 API costs, local intelligence, and total data control. When you own a localized open-source swarm, you are securing the massive profit margins needed to actually run a 7-figure enterprise. All because you aren't renting intelligence, you own it.
Section 5, Building your local enterprise. How to go about replacing the corporate payroll.
Let's break down the actual logistics of an autonomous swarm. You don't just have one single AI, you have a highly organized hierarchy. Up at the top is the lead conductor agent. This one handles orchestration and overall strategy. Below that, you've got specialized procurement worker nodes, constantly negotiating with suppliers and managing inventory. Alongside them are self-scaling sales engines. These distinct AI roles are communicating with each other in real time, executing complex enterprise operations, and self-correcting completely without human oversight. And, they never even ask for a coffee break.
When we actually benchmark open-source models like Llama 4 and Mistral Large 3 against proprietary giants like GPT-5, the local open-source clusters hold their ground flawlessly. They can handle the heavy enterprise loads, the high-volume logistics, and those sudden supply chain shifts just as effectively. But because you aren't paying per token, they operate with vastly superior cost efficiency and, most importantly, absolute data privacy.
Finally, Section 6, the million-dollar blueprint, scaling revenue safely.
To scale your revenues safely, your sales engine needs something called localized RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Basically, this allows your local AI swarm to comb through your specific private business data to power hyper-personalized, self-scaling sales outreach. It maintains absolutely incredible conversion rates. But because the RAG is strictly localized, your proprietary business data and logic are completely safe from third-party leaks. Your intelligence stays entirely in-house, meaning your customer data is never leaked or sold off to some third-party vendor.
Let's move to and see how this builds into our final framework. Deploying agents to fully automate procurement and inventory negotiation to keep your overhead at nearly zero. You implement automated model fine-tuning, which means your AI swarm continuously monitors its long-term health and improves its own performance over time. Ultimately, you decouple completely from third-party ecosystems. This is what guarantees true operational independence and the long-term zero-overhead scale of your decentralized business. We've seen exactly how to go from finding a simple service idea all the way to scaling a $1 million e-commerce infrastructure using nothing but open-source AI agents. So I want to end with this critical question. Are you ready to claim your operational sovereignty? It is time to stop paying monthly subscriptions to tech giants, take total control of your data, and start building your own $1 million open-source empire. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely can't wait to see what you build.